Hey everybody, I'm so excited to show you how you can live stream a pre-recorded video. And I know you're a little nervous about this, but you know what? I put on a special shirt just for this video. It's called Mission Possible. And even though this might seem a little daunting, it's really not that hard. So just try to stick with me. I'm gonna walk you through everything you need to know from beginning to end. And really, it's not hard at all. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what you need to do. So let's get into it. In order to do this, you're gonna need 5 things. Number 1, you're gonna need a pre-recorded video. Number 2, you're gonna need a high-speed internet connection. Number 3, you're gonna need a computer. Number 4, you're gonna need a YouTube account that is enabled for live stream. And number 5, you're gonna need to set up OBS Studio, which is a free download. So I'm gonna take you through all 5 of these things, and we're going to go through them all in detail. Number 1, a pre-recorded video. Well, you might be wondering, like, how long should my video be? I'm used to doing a program that's an hour and a half. Is there any changes that need to be made? And the answer is yes. It depends on what you're trying to do, though. So we've come up with 2 options. Option number 1, you could do a 45-minute program. And we think that this would be the most effective way and simulate the banquet the best. A lot of times when you go to a banquet, you're just hanging out with your table anyways. A lot of the fellowship that you have are just amongst your table. So we think it would be great if you could send a survey out to your table hosts and just ask the table hosts which ones would be willing to have their tables get together. Maybe they could get together for coffee, maybe they could get together for dessert, and just have them over to their house, and they could have a little time of fellowship, and then they could sit down and watch the live stream video. So I think you're going to get a lot more attendance and engagement out of people if you encourage them to get together in small groups and watch the live stream. That is option number 1. If you are getting people together, even if like half your people get together, I would recommend that you go forward with a 45-minute program, because you're going to have people that are a lot more engaged, a lot more just sitting there watching and listening. Option number 2 is an 18-minute program, and this option is for people who are not gathered together at all. For whatever reason, you've decided, nope, we're not getting anyone together. We're just going to do a live stream on our own, and we're just going to encourage people to watch it on the internet, and that's perfectly fine too. If you go that route, then we would recommend an 18-minute program. This is actually the format that TED Talk uses. There's something about the psyche of 18 minutes that people just kind of lose interest after that time. So if you could try to edit together your pre-recorded video in an 18-minute slot for that, that would be a good option. Of course, the actual program should be 18 minutes. If you're going to give people a chance to respond or donate or whatever, obviously you can give them, 5-10 minutes, or have a window of time at the end where you just let a slide play or whatever while people are kind of making their decision on what to do. So we went into an incredible amount of detail on this on our live stream webinar that we did a few days ago. And if you haven't seen that, I would strongly recommend that you watch that webinar, because me and Jim Dempsey, who is one of the development directors at Crew, he goes through an incredible amount of detail on the strategy behind how you could structure a program. So I'm going to put a link to that video in the description of this video. And then we're also going to have a PDF download of a summary of that webinar, and I'll put that in the description of this video as well. Okay, so you might be wondering, well, why do I need to pre-record a video? Why don't I just do a live stream, actual live? Why don't I get some cameras and do that? Well, making a pre-recorded video allows you to be to the point. So with this video, I could do a live stream video and shoot it and whatever, but I can do a lot more creative edits and make sure that everything is exactly what I want to say. And that's what you can do with a pre-recorded video, is you can stitch clips together and you can make sure that the timing is exactly what you want to say. So that's my next point, is you can control the time of your live stream. If you were really doing a live stream, you would have to be really good at, sticking with time, and you'd have to have that really, really nailed down. Okay. And when you don't have an audience in front of you and you don't have real people in front of you, it's going to be a lot harder to do that. By pre-recording everything and putting it all together as a program, you will be able to control the time and just make sure that things get done in the exact amount of time that you say. It's also just a lot less stress to pre-record the video. You can, depending on how much time you might have a week, you might have 2 weeks before your event. And so you can just really get together with your staff, think about what you want to say. You can be creative. You don't have to just put on an iPhone and just shoot yourself, with one angle at your desk. I mean, you could do lots of cool things. You could hit the road. You could do on the street interviews. You could go on location. You could do all kinds of creative things with how you put together your program. So don't just think like, I got to replicate my dinner. We can kind of put together a very creative presentation of our dinner that we normally couldn't do before. Another good reason why a pre-recorded video is better is because it doesn't require any complex equipment. If you were to really do a live video, you would need to have all kinds of cameras hooking up to a switcher, and then that would have to feed into a computer, and then you got to worry about audio. How are we going to get audio into the computer? And you're going to have to get all that streaming. It's not impossible. It just requires a lot more expertise. And there's certainly people around that can do that. So if that's something you're interested in doing, I would definitely try to find someone in a church that has experience with that kind of thing. But as far as the purposes of this video, we don't need to do any of that. We don't need to have any complex equipment if we pre-record a live stream. All right, second thing you need to do is you need a high-speed internet connection to be able to stream live on YouTube. Okay, so I'm going to go through these really fast. Obviously, if you can have a cable connection to the internet, that would be better than DSL. If you can use an Ethernet connection from your laptop or your computer, that's going to be better than Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi will still work, but just make sure that you have a really good Wi-Fi connection. Don't be in some weird spot. Number 3, you need a computer. So do we use Windows? Do we use Mac? Honestly, both will work just fine. Just pick a computer that's probably not older than 3 years, just because it might require some processing power and some memory that older computers may not have. But I think anything between the time of 3 to 5 years will be fine. My computer that I've been testing this on is 5 years old, and it's been working just fine. The fourth thing you're going to need is a YouTube account. The first thing you're going to want to do is log into your YouTube account and enable YouTube for live streaming. Not every YouTube account is already enabled. So if you have not live streamed before, you're going to have to log in and you're going to have to enable that. Okay, I'm going to include a link in the description below here. There's a video that you can watch that will show you how to do that. Also, do this right away because sometimes it takes up to 24 hours for YouTube to approve live streaming for your YouTube channel. Okay, you're going to want to use your YouTube's organization account. You're going to want to create a live stream on YouTube, not a video, and I'll show you how to do that a little bit later. You're going to want to use a new stream, not a webcam live stream. So I'll show you that in a little bit. You're going to want to give your live stream a good title. You're also going to want to make sure that you have a really nice description in your live stream. So think of the description as a little mini website for your live stream. So your guests are going to be going there, and whatever you have in your description is going to be like all the information that you're going to want them to have. So you might want to put just a brief description of what the event's all about. You might want to have any action points like ways to give. Put that in your description. Here's an example from our family band. If you haven't checked out the Galicinski family band, go check them out on YouTube and subscribe while you're at it. But this is an example of a really good description. You can see the action points are really clear, right? I'm using little arrow emojis to just point out exactly what to do. That's a lot better than just putting a big blob of text with no clear visual ways of knowing what to do. All right, the next thing is that you're going to want to create a custom thumbnail. So don't just skip over that. Have your designer create a nice thumbnail that will look nice, or use the imagery from your theme of your event. But do something. Don't just let YouTube pick something for you, because it probably won't look very nice. All right, so these are all the things that you're going to need to create a live stream on YouTube. So let me go over to YouTube right now, and I'll show you exactly how to do this. All right, so here we are on YouTube, and I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know to get a live stream started. First, we're going to sign in. Now that we are signed into YouTube, we're going to go to this plus button up here, and we're going to say go live. Now, don't worry, we're not going live yet. We're just creating a live stream video, okay? So remember when I was giving the keynote that there were two options with a live stream. You can have a webcam, or you can do a stream. So what we want to do is we want to do a stream. So click this little tab up here to go to stream. And here we go. We're going to create our event name. Okay. Now, if you're testing this, you might want to use unlisted, which means that it's not going to appear on your YouTube channel at all. It will just be kind of a secret video. The other option is that you can create a public video, and what this will do is this will publicly be accessible on your YouTube channel. So when you're practicing, you might want to use an unlisted video, but when you go live for real, you might want to do a public video. Okay. And here's where we're going to put in our description. So here's a good example of a description just with a brief outline and a clear action point. There's also an option here to schedule for later. I don't think you should do that, just because you want the ability to kind of go live whenever. This is the place where I was talking about where you can upload a custom thumbnail. So I'd highly recommend that you have a designer or somebody upload professional graphics of your theme, whatever it was that you're going to do. Then you can say, no, it's not for kids, and you click create stream. Now, this might feel like you're going live, but you're not going live yet. All right, so now remember I told you you're going to need the streaming key. All right, so this is, if you click this button, you can see it's just like this weird kind of password looking thing. So what you're going to want to do is you want to click copy, and I would just paste this into like your notes, and I'm just going to say streaming key for live event, and I'm just going to paste this in because you're going to need this for later. So this streaming key is specific to this video. Okay. All right. So here we go. We got the video. You can leave this video here. You don't have to go live right away, but whenever you're ready to go live, this is the go live button. But there's one more step that we have to do before we go live. We have to hook up our OBS studio to YouTube. So in this case, we're going to be using our computer, and we're going to get the OBS studio to talk to YouTube, and we're going to play the video directly. All right, so let's talk about OBS Studio. So what is OBS Studio? Basically, it's streaming software that you're going to use to stream your pre-recorded video to YouTube. It's a free download. So go to obsproject.com/download and download it to your computer. Then install it on your computer, and we're going to connect it to your YouTube Live channel using the streaming key. And then we're going to add our pre-recorded video to OBS, and then we're ready to go live. Let me walk you through how to do that. All right, so I'm going to just leave YouTube up here, and I'm going to go to obsproject.com, and I'm going to click on download. And I have a Mac, so I'm going to click on Mac. If you have Windows, you can click here. I'm going to go ahead and download this. So on Mac, you're going to want to drag this to your applications folder. And I've already got this installed, so I'm just going to replace it. But normally, you would just drag it to your applications folder. Then the easiest way, since I don't know how your Mac is set up, I would just click on the spotlight search up here and type OBS, and that's going to find the application. I'm assuming you know how to find applications on your computer. Okay, so when you first load up OBS, it might look a little bit overwhelming, but it's really not that bad. The main thing is that we want to add some sources, and the first time I installed this, I believe there was already sources in here, so you want to just click on any sources that exist and just click the minus button and make sure that there's no sources in there at all. The next thing you want to do is you're going to want to take this audio slider here and you're going to want to move this all the way down, because we don't want any audio that is other than the video. We don't want any audio to be in our live stream. So this is whatever is displaying in this window in this OBS Studio is going to be what's on your live stream. This is the program that is sending the video to YouTube. Okay, that's how you can think about it. All right, so basically the main thing that we got to do is just add the video. So when we hit the plus, you're going to see there's all kinds of options here, right? And I'm going to want to find media source. Media source is going to so we'll just call this the event video. And then we're going to say browse. We're going to find the file. And I'm just going to use this video that I created from a few days ago. Okay. And you can see that it's playing. So there's the video and it's playing. Now, the way that this works is if I flip this little off button and then I flip it to on, the video starts playing right away. Okay, so if I flip it off, it's not playing. If I flip it on, it starts from the beginning. Okay, so there's no play controls. There's no way to like start and stop the video or pause the video or anything like that. It's pretty much just going. You probably want your live stream to start 5 minutes before your actual event, or maybe 10 minutes before. And so I would recommend that you use something like Keynote or PowerPoint to just put together like a welcome to our live stream. It starts in 5 minutes, and then maybe have like a thanks for watching at the very end. So again, you could build all this into your pre-recorded video, but if you don't want to build in kind of like a waiting slide or anything like that, you can just create images from this. So I'm going to just export some images here. All right, so I've got my video file here. I can also add an image, right? So I'm going to click on image. I'm going to call this like pre-event image. All right, so again, here's my image. I'm going to plop this down. So you can center it however you want it to look. Again, this is just going to show up in the YouTube stream. And again, you can show and hide it, right? You can even drag the order, so you can put this behind the video. So if you want to just start the video and have, you can see how the video takes up the full screen here. So if you wanted to stop the video, start the video, like that kind of thing, right? I'm going to add the other slide in here for thanks for watching. Okay, and I'm just going to make this full screen as well. All right, so I've got, this is just like your basics, okay? So we've got the event video, we've got a pre-image, and we've got a thank you image. And we can turn these on and off whenever we want, okay? And so now we are ready to start live streaming. We're going to go back over to YouTube, and I'm going to grab this streaming key. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to go back over to ODS, and I'm going to turn on my pre-image. So we're all ready to go. And then I'm going to go to settings, and then I'm going to click on stream, and we're going to select YouTube from the list. And right here is a streaming key that we need to copy. So remember, we have a streaming key over here. So we're going to copy the streaming key. And we're going to go back over here, and we're going to just paste that in. So this is what links the two systems together, okay? Then we're going to hit OK. And we are ready to go live. So there's a couple things we got to do. So first, we're going to start our streaming here. This is going to start sending information to YouTube. And then next, we're going to go live up here on YouTube. All right, so first we're going to start our streamer. All right, so once you click Start Streaming, there is going to be a preview that shows up in YouTube. And it looks like it's live because it says live, but this is just a preview, guys, okay? So you're not actually live yet until you click this button, Go Live. It's really important that you click this button. So don't get confused in OBS where it says, you know, you started the live stream, okay? You started the live stream. That means you're pushing the video stream to YouTube. But the next step is to actually go live on YouTube. So I've got the YouTube video on my phone, and it says, it kind of shows a preview there, but I'm going to click Go Live. All right, and you can see over here it's saying Go Live, going live, you're live. All right, so we're live. And then you can see the button over here is End Stream. So we don't want to do that yet. So we're actually live now. So at this point, you know, the chat is working. You know, we can start chatting people like, hey guys, welcome. We're going to be starting in 5 minutes. Now, how do we actually start the video? Well, whenever you're ready to start, all we got to do is just turn off our slide, and we turn on our video, and that's it. Now you're not going to hear the video on your computer, but if you're watching the streaming video on your phone, you will hear it on your phone. Okay, and there is a little bit of a delay, so it's important to understand that I've been streaming now for about 10-15 seconds, and it still hasn't gotten to YouTube. All right, so there you can see, boom, now it's going. At this point, you know, if I were to join the live stream, our community is producing a very common experience that includes, you can hear this. Anxiety, and even all right, so there we go. Video is live, and you can listen to it on your phone. You can just sit back and watch it work. Your pre-recorded video is now streaming live on YouTube, and you have a captive audience. So at this point, you can just kind of, have it on autopilot. You can kind of see what's going on. You can be listening on another device or on your phone, and you can just be really engaging people in the chat. And when the time is right, give them a easy way to give. You could post the how to give link in the chat as well. And, you know, people might have questions on, can I mail a check, or can I do this or that? And you can address all that in your pre-recorded video. So once the video is done playing, like let's just say that I am finished with the video, you can just click on this hide icon, and then throw up your thank you. And you can see that there is a delay. So even though I did that, it's going to be several seconds before it actually appears on people's screens. Okay, so there is a delay between the OBS software from what you do to what actually appears on someone's phone. It's about a 30-second delay or so. Okay, so don't be too freaked out by that. You can leave this on as long as you want, and whenever you're ready to end the stream, you just click this end stream button. But if you want to just keep this up and you're chatting with people and you're having a great time, I mean, you can keep this up as long as you want and you can chat with people. And when I click end, then the video will be made available for people to watch again. So here you can say view in studio, and now this video that we live streamed is going to be just a regular old YouTube video. And so we can, change the description, change some thumbnails, whatever we want, hit save. And now the video is available under the live option. So it's not going to be an uploaded video, but it's going to be under the live video, and you will see it in here now. Okay, so if you were practicing and you kind of, tried it and you went live and then you stopped it, it's not going to let you use the same video. Once you go live and then you end it, it kind of saves that video. That's kind of what I did here the first time I was showing you, and then I needed to stop it and I restarted it and it created another one. So if you were practicing, just keep in mind that when you actually create the real video, you're going to have a new key for the OBS Studio, and you're going to have a new YouTube link. Okay, so just remember that as you're going through that. It's okay to practice, and you can do that as much as you want. But when you're really ready to do it, you got to create the video, and then you got to hook up the OBS Studio to that particular video, and then you can send the link out. Hey, well, thanks for watching this video. I really hope it was helpful, and hopefully now you know exactly what you need to do. So, like I said before, mission is possible. So feel empowered, go do it, and have a great event.